All right, we have got some crazy stuff to cover here. There's a new coaching staff, there's new front office, there's all these crazy things going on with the Chargers. So do we even know what they're doing this offseason? And that kind of brings us to why we started this channel. If you're new to this channel, this isn't our first one. We have another one, Sports Talk Detroit. We have a Sports Talk Extra. But here's what you may notice. Over my left shoulder here, there's a Michigan football helmet. We really like Jim Harbaugh. We're from Michigan, and so we wanted to follow him to the Chargers, and me and Chris, the other guy who I do this channel with, were like, this is a natural fit. Chargers are easy to love. There's a lot of similarities between organizations, and let's just say the two best uniforms in football. Like, let's just get that out of the way. But in talking about this, there's going to be some controversial things that I'm going to say. So don't unsubscribe yet. I'm just going to throw out a couple of possibilities that look kind of weird. And one of the reasons I'm going to do this is by starting to give you a good feeling and understanding of what you have going this offseason. So the Chargers have 27 players eligible for free agency. Of those, 20 are unrestricted free agents, which means that they're free to negotiate and sign with any team no matter what. Then they have a few restricted free agents, all right, who have less than 3 accrued seasons, and then exclusive rights, fewer than 3 seasons, and an expired contract. If this original team offers them a 1-year contract at the league minimum, the player cannot negotiate with other teams. So exclusive rights free agents basically mean you get them. Restricted rights free agent or restricted free agent means you can get him if you want him. All right. So your restricted free agents are Blake Lynch and Amin Ogbenagami. I can't say it. Let's be honest. I'm trying my best here. All right. Exclusive rights free agents. Dicker, you got to keep him for sure. And maybe a couple of other guys because they come cheap. And they don't count very much against the cap. It's right there. But then you get into the salary cap space. The 2024 salary cap has not been released yet. They think it's going to be about $240 million. So with that, the Chargers are currently projected $46 million over the cap. So you got to get under the cap. All right. And over the cap is saying that based on 242 million, 0.5 being the beliefs. So let's go to over the cap and let's take a look at where this money is coming from. So you start with the biggest contracts, and any team that has 4 players being paid more than $30 million is going to have a salary cap problem. And this is where the weird it comes in. All right, Khalil Mack, great player. What was it, 18 sacks this year? He's 33 years old. Eventually, Father Time's going to get him, but it didn't seem to get him this year. He is due $38 million. And still, even after 18 sacks, almost guaranteed to get cut. And that's what you're starting to see is that he's a likely cut candidate. They've got to save money somewhere. And they save $23 million. They cut that cap in half, what they owe, by saying goodbye to Khalil Mack. Then you have 3 other players that you save somewhere between 15 and 20 million. You have Joey Bosa, who's due 36 million. Please, just stay healthy. When you're healthy, you're a good player. Please just stay healthy, right? 22 million dead money, which is the money you don't recuperate. You don't get it back. But 15 million you would save, 14 million. With Keenan Allen, he's owed 34, almost 35 million. You would save 23 million with a cut. There's your controversy. Do you cut Keenan Allen? Leave a comment below. And now we'll go to the guy who you absolutely do cut, which is Mike Williams. You can eliminate almost all of that cap space with 2 cuts. Khalil Mack and Mike Williams. The question is, do any of these players want to restructure their contract? Or can you cut and then restructure? Like, there's a lot of interesting things. Like, if Joey Bosa wants to turn this contract, and if you look at Joey Bosa's contract, he's owed $36 million this year, $32 next year, but only $29 million of that is guaranteed. So they can say to Joey Bosa, hey, man, you can play, we can cut you and you can go get a contract out there. Or how about this? You're 29. We'll sign you to a 4-year, $85 million contract. 4-year, that's exactly, what's his name? Montez Sweat. He just signed a 4-year, I believe it was $85 or $100 million contract. 4-year, $100 million contract. So now you're paying him $25 million a year, and you can save on your cap right now, you can save $11 million. With Keenan Allen, you can do the same thing. The thing is, he's 32 years old. I don't think you want to pay Keenan Allen for 3 more years. I think Keenan Allen is a phenomenal football player, and he's showing no signs of slowing down, which is just absolutely crazy, right? So you could say, hey, man, we'll cut you, and he would get $11 million in dead money. That's what he's owed, and he could go out and probably sign a 2-year, $40 million contract. Or you could say, stay here for 2 years, $50 million, and you save $9 million this year. So you sit here and you save $13 million, you save $9 million. With him, you're at $21 million, and that with Keenan Allen, and then you cut Mike Williams, you save another $20 million, and you've eliminated your cap. So here's where the controversy comes in me saying the Chargers should cut Keenan Allen, because that would be a controversial statement. But there is a way to keep him. The controversial statement would be Chargers cut Joey Bosa. I'll tell you what would be really controversial. Chargers cut Mack, Bosa, Allen, Williams, right? And now they actually have cap room. Right, because they freed up, I'll just do some quick math, 23, 37, 60, 80 million, and now all of a sudden you have 54 or $34 million to spend. You bring one of them back. Like, I mean, or you get a couple of other positions that you need. So I will, after talking about this in this video, in a couple days, I'll put out another video that is talking about how maybe you could solve the issue of pass rusher with the 5th pick on edge. Maybe you can solve the issue of elite wide receiver with the 5th pick. Like, you need him to be here. You don't want to just you don't want to bring Harbaugh here talking about how you're going to help your quarterback and then take away all of his weapons. Like, you can't do that. So you have to replace it somehow. So my hope is that you see news coming out soon that they're working on new contracts. And hopefully some of this stuff happens before the free agency period starts on March 11th. That's the hope. And because it's good for the player and it's good for the team. It's good for the player because if they know they're going to be cut or a restructure is coming, they can do that. And they have the ability to sign with teams when they have salary cap room available. It's good for the team because they know what they're working with going into free agency, going into the draft. You want that stuff figured out. They're all just getting there. Give them a couple minutes to figure it out. Let's see how bold this new front office is going to be. All right, some crazy takes. Hopefully you liked it. Let me know, who do you want to, who's the guaranteed cut? Like, and who's the guy that you are just saying, do not cut him. I don't care if he cost $40 million. Don't cut this guy. Now, I will say a couple of other things. Keenan Allen, right? Next year, I mean, like, he's done. This is it. $34 million, 1 year. So that isn't the worst thing in the world. Joey Bosa, next year, it only costs you $7 million. If you let him go or if you restructure the contract. So that is nice. Khalil Mack, this one's a little bit different, but he's done this year too. So no matter what you're getting out of these contracts next year, and you're either having to pay these guys that are older if they can prove to stay healthy, or you let them walk. All right. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Do it. We want to be your go-to place for Chargers football. See ya.